What's up, guys? Welcome to Kitchen Addiction. In tonight's episode, we're going to be doing some homemade chicken and rice. That's right, good old Southern style chicken and rice. We all like food, right? So come on into the kitchen. Let me show you how to cook. It's not really all that hard. Alright, for tonight's meal, we're going to need chicken, of course. I'm just using 3 pretty good sized drumsticks. You can use any kind of meat that you want, and depending on how much you're cooking is going to determine how much chicken you're going to use. What I'm cooking tonight is just 2 cups, 1 cup of rice. So it will end up being about 2 cups. So, enough for maybe 3 people, 3 or 4 people at most. We're also going to need salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon of butter, 4 cups of water, and 1 cup of rice. Alright, first thing is we got our chicken here. I'm just going to go ahead and rinse this off. Give it a good wash down. Now let's drain that excess water off, just in case there is any. Yeah. Now we're just going to salt and pepper it. Salt and pepper, staple of Southern cooking. Well, staple of cooking, period. Love salt and pepper. Both sides of it. And don't be scared to put a generous proportion of salt on there, because a lot of it's going to get cooked off when it goes into the water to boil. So we got our chicken, salt, and pepper. We're just going to let this sit for a couple hours. It's cold. I'm gonna let it, you don't have to let it come up to room temperature, but I'm just going to let the salt and pepper sit on it for a couple hours and let it soak into it real good and bring out that moisture. Alright, now that our chicken has been sitting for a couple of hours, pour in the 4 cups of water. Let's put it in the water, and we're going to turn it on high. And we're going to bring that to a boil. Oh, and the reason I use 4 cups of water is because I need 2 cups to cook the rice with. I'm not going to cook the rice with just regular water. You always want to cook the rice with the chicken broth. I figure about a cup's going to boil off, which will leave me a cup. That way when I get all the meat peeled off the bone and everything, I can kind of put the meat back in there and let it absorb some of that juice. So it will make the chicken and rice more wet, not so dry. When your chicken comes to a good roaring boil, we're going to cover it. Oops, it's the wrong lid. We're going to cover it and turn it down to simmer. And we're going to let it simmer for about, I'll come back and check on it in about 20 minutes. Alright, now that my chicken's been simmering for about 20 minutes, I'm going to check on it. Starting to fall off the bone. I'm going to let it go for just a few more minutes. Let it go for about 10 more minutes. Alright, I think our chicken's done. I'm just going to take it out, put it in this here bowl, let it be cooling down. I think I'm actually going to set this in the refrigerator to cool down. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to strain our chicken broth that we just made, and we're going to keep that. We're going to strain our chicken broth into this container here. Just trying to get all the trash out of it if there is any. There usually is some junk you don't want in there. That way we have a nice clean broth. Now that our chicken is totally cooled off, we're going to peel the skin off, get rid of the skin. We don't want the skin. Get rid of all the trash. We just want the meat. We're going to put 2 cups of this broth in here. I'm going to put a pinch of salt in here. Tablespoon of butter. And we're going to bring that to a boil. While we're waiting on our water to boil, I'm going to take my chicken and I'm going to just make it just a little bit finer. I don't like these big chunky pieces. Now that our water has come to a boil, or broth, I'm going to dump in the rice. Let it come back to a boil, which shouldn't take long at all. Alright, it's come back to a boil. We're going to cover it, turn it down to medium-low, and let that simmer for 20 minutes. We're going to let that simmer for 20 minutes. Now that I've got my chicken broken up a little bit finer, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it in the rest of this chicken broth. And just let it sit in there. Just let it sit in that chicken broth while our rice is cooking. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? This is chicken and rice my way. The southern way. The good way. Now that my rice is done, I'm going to turn this off. Put a little bit of butter in it. Oh, it smells so good being cooked in that chicken broth. And fluff it up. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this chicken, put it in here, stir this up. I like mine just a little bit wetter than this. And that's what this extra broth is for. Not much. Because I know there's going to be leftovers, so when I put this in the refrigerator, it's going to dry out extremely. So I'm going to add a little bit of moisture to it, extra moisture to it. And we should be good to go. Let's plate this up. Man, oh man, this smells so good. My gorgeous plate of southern style chicken and rice. Let's try this out. Oh my goodness. So good. That rice is so good. Cooked in that chicken broth. Like and subscribe below if you like my videos. Till next time.